Is Jillian Hills. Lining up fourth in car number 15 is Joey Wilcox. Starting fifth in car number 01, Tristan De Silva. And going off sixth in car number 3 is Alex Moss. And bringing up the rear of the field in the seventh starting position, car number 14, that is Gerald Burnham. 7 cars, 6 laps the distance on heat race number 1 for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers, presented by Caledonia Auto Supply. Green flag waving. 32 machine of Jillian Hills gets a good jump out in front of the field, being pulled along by the 01 of Tristan De Silva in the second position here as we work off of turn number 4 to the first completed lap.
So Hills your leader over De Silva. Burnham right there sitting in the third position. De Silva had a great run last Friday night in that 01 machine. First podium finish for the young man, and he's right there, right on the heels of Jillian Hills, looking for the lead on lap number 2.
Hills leads the field off of turn number 2. The 01 of Tristan De Silva running in the second spot. As you mentioned, Greg had that podium finish last week. Nearly had a victory in that number 01 car. Looking good so far here this evening through 3 laps, but trying to track down the race leader, Jillian Hills, in that number 32 machine and completing the top 3 at the moment, the 14 of Gerald Burnham.
Hills in need of a good finish here. Has had a lot of bad luck here this year. Caught up in things not of her own doing, and a very talented driver who hasn't been to victory lane yet this year, but looking strong here in this first qualifying heat with De Silva now in second, Burnham in the third spot, and then it's Moz in fourth.
Jillian Hills gets the white flag as Burnham closing the gap on the 01 of De Silva. And running back in the 4th spot right behind Burnham is the number 3 of Alex Moss. They'll run down the back straightaway one more time as Hills brings it off of turn number 4 to win heat race number 1.
Jillian Hills picks up the win over Tristan De Silva. Burnham will come home in third, then it's Moz in fourth. Taylor will grab the 5th spot, and 6th will go to the 15 of Joey Wilcox. As we get ready for the second qualifying heat for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers, brought to you by Renway Fuels and Lubricants.
And Greg, they will go off in this order. For Ren 188 is Paul Longboat. Going off second in car number 13, Mark Thorne. Third on the grid, car number 6 is Wade Thorne. And starting 4th in car number 69, Roger Lassard. Lining up 5th in car number 37, Jake Moss. Starting 6th in the 155, Dustin Longboat. And 7th in the 76Z is Zach Buchwald. Green flag set to come out off of turn number 4. We are underway with heat race number 2.
So that 155, Dustin Longboat, he's the point leader coming into tonight. Just 6 points up on Jake Moss in the 37, who is out there right now in this qualifying heat as well. So the top 2 in points right here in this heat.
188 of Paul Longboat leads the opening lap here from the pole starting position. Wade Thorne up to the second spot in that number 6 machine. I believe both of those drivers had a feature win last week, or perhaps it was the 155. Dustin Longboat had a win last week, but Wade Thorne was a winner last week in that number 6 machine, trying to get a heat race win here in heat number 2.
Paul Longboat leading right now over Wade Thorne, who comes in third place in points. He's only 6 points back as well. So it's a tight battle between the top 3, the 6, the 37, and the 155. And guess what? They've all found their way towards the front as they chase Paul Longboat, who happens to be 4th in points.
Longboat doing a good job anchoring that car down to the bottom of the racetrack here through the opening few laps as they get 2 laps to go. And now Thorne to the inside of Longboat in turns 1 and 2. Wade Thorne has the lead by a nose down the back straightaway.
Coming off of corner number 4, the white flag will go in the air. Wade Thorne is your leader with Longboat hanging there in that second spot. Paul Longboat in the 188. Here comes Dustin Longboat. Makes some room to the inside of Jake Moss, looking for third.
Off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Thorne goes way high, but he was going to hold onto it over the number 188 of Paul Longboat. 155 of Dustin Longboat will take third. 37 Jake Moss 4th, and completing the top 5, the 13 of Mark Thorne.
Don't forget to get your 50-50 tickets here tonight. Sellers going through the stands in the bright pink t-shirts. The more you play, the more it'll pay, so make sure you get in on tonight's 50-50 draw.
Feature 12 laps the distance. Starting on the pole in car number 32, Jillian Hills. To her outside in the number 11, Steve Taylor. Starting 3rd in car number 01, Tristan De Silva. And going 4th in the 15 is Joey Wilcox. Starting 5th in car number 14, Gerald Burnham. And 6th in the number 3, Alex Moss. 7th, the 13 of Mark Thorne. And 8th, the 188 of Paul Longboat. 9th, the 69 of Roger Lassard. And going 10th in the 6 is Wade Thorne. Starting from the 10th starting spot, from the 11th starting spot in the 155 is Dustin Longboat. Going off 10th, the 37 of Jake Moss. 76Z of Zach Buchwald goes from the 13th spot, and 14th will be the 37E of Eric Moss, electing to go to the rear of the field. And double greens coming out from starter Kyle McKenzie, underway for 12 laps from the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers.
Jillian Hills leads him down into corner number 1 with Tristan De Silva right there in second. Mark Thorne has some problems in corner number 1. He'll gather the 13 car back up, and we stay green with Hills leading. De Silva there in second, came also close to his first career win last Friday night.
Hills pacing the field in the number 32 machine. De Silva right there in that number 01. They go 3 wide for the third position now. The 14 machine of Gerald Burnham and the 188 of Longboat going at it here for that third position. Longboat walks away with the position here on lap number 2.
Hills your leader. De Silva back there in second. Then it's Longboat third, Burnham fourth, fifth is Wilcox, and then Dustin Longboat back there in the 6th position, trying to get in the top 5. The point leader right now working his way into the top 5 of the 155 as Dustin Longboat.
32 of Hills pacing the field. Longboat to the inside of De Silva for the second spot. Black flag being shown to the 69 of Roger Lessard. That will end his night as Hills comes to the line here. And caution flag going to come out, the 11 of Steve Taylor, around at the bottom of turn number 1.
The 69 getting the black flag, and we'll head to the pit area.
Caution flag remaining on the speedway here as they sort out the lineup. 32 Jillian Hills, your race leader. The 01 of Tristan De Silva sits in the second position here. 4 laps are complete, 8 laps remain. 188 of Paul Longboat rolls off third for the restart. 14 Gerald Burnham. 155 of Dustin Longboat. Field getting set to come back to green for the final 8 laps. Jillian Hills leads the field into turn 1.
And here comes Tristan De Silva right there in that second position, trying to get up there and capture that first career win. Had a career high 3rd place last week. Right now running 1 spot better in second.
32 of Hills has a car hooked up on the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes Longboat to the inside of De Silva, trying to make it stick. They tag each other in turns 1 and 2. Longboat right down to the bottom of the racetrack is going to take second away from De Silva into turn 3.
And so put Paul Longboat into the second spot of the cross flags with Jillian Hills. She's been strong all night. Won her qualifying heat and has been out in front since the drop of the green flag in this one. With 6 laps to go, now make it 5 laps to go in the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber feature.
Hills making some time up on the top side of the racetrack, but that's going to open the door for the 188 of Paul Longboat to slide to the bottom of the racetrack. He's got the nose inside the number 32 machine into turns 3 and 4, and he's going to wrestle the lead away off of the 4th corner here on lap number 8.
So Longboat, your new leader. Hills right there in second. She's not going away just yet. De Silva trying to hold on to another podium finish. But now Dustin Longboat will work to the inside of the youngster. They make contact down in 3 and 4. De Silva backs off a little bit, maintains the position, so I don't believe he'll be penalized there for going through the infield.
He's got Jerry Burnham's number 14 machine to battle with here, and De Silva caught back up to the 155 of Longboat there momentarily. Longboat pulling away again in turn number 3. Still the 188 of Paul Longboat, the race leader, off of turn number 4. And he'll come to the white flag this time.
Paul Longboat will have to hit the tire in corner 1, and now the yellow flag will fly. So we're not done yet. The implement tire right in the middle of corners 1 and 2. And that brings out the caution flag as Longboat actually hit it in the 188. Paul Longboat in the 188, your leader. Wade Thorne will have to go to the back of the pack. He's got a right front flat. He came in third place in points, just 6 points back of the point leader Dustin Longboat in the 155.
So white flag's going to come out this time by the start-finish line. Then we'll go back to green, with green and white flags coming out at the same time. 1 lap to solve this one. And Jillian Hills gets another shot at the 188 of Paul Longboat. We'll come back to green next time by the start-finish line. And Tristan De Silva is going to have to get by 2 cars if he wants to get back on the podium in that number 01 machine. 155 of Dustin Longboat, currently third. And then the 37 machine of Jake Moss running in the 4th spot off of turn number 4. Green and white at the same time. 1 more lap around.
Well, we'll see if anyone has anything for Paul Longboat leading this one. Hills has some company, though, and it's point leader Dustin Longboat down in corner number 3 as the checkers will fly. Double checkers in the air. And Paul Longboat will take the win over Jillian Hills and Dustin Longboat. So a good night for the point leader coming home in 3rd. Jake Moss finishes in 4th. He came in 2nd place in the points, and Tristan De Silva will complete the top 5. So Clayton Johns will head down to Mobile One Victory Lane and talk with our grand prize draw in just a minute. But first, we'll send it down trackside to Clayton Johns.
Out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, waving the Mobile One checkered flag is Paul Longboat. Got Paul around in front of the car here. Grab a word in with him. Give him his Mobile One Victory Lane hat here. Paul had to work for this one tonight. Had to come from the back of the pack to get yourself into Victory Lane here tonight. Obviously, the car worked well.
Oh, yeah. I had kind of rough luck these past 4 races. I was in run for the points, but I'm just happy to be back up here on the podium. I had pretty bad luck the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Obviously had to work through some traffic there at one point. Do you have a strategy to help you get through the traffic, obviously when it gets real thick at times?
I just usually stick to the inside and make sure the lap traffic ain't there. If they're there, I'm on the top.
Who would you like to thank for the victory?
I'd like to thank my main sponsor, Gales Auto Aftermarket, and Victor Bunbury.
Our Gales Auto Aftermarket feature winner this evening is Paul Longboat in the 188. We'll grab a word with our 2nd place finisher, Jillian Hills, in car number 32. Jillian led the first half of this race. Paul wrestled the lead away and just weren't able to quite get it back, but it seemed like this was one of the better runs for this 32 car here this evening.
Yeah, this is a new car, only the 2nd night out on it. Really happy with it. Thought I might have it, and then as soon as Paul got by, I knew it was going to be a hard-fought battle to get back there.
Did you have a strategy going into that last restart there with 1 lap to go? I imagine you knew that you had to make a move real quick.
Yeah, just go for it. Go all out.
Good podium finish for you guys tonight. Who would you like to thank?
I got to thank my dad. He does tons of work on this car for me. Then I got Jibs Action Sports on the hood.
Jillian Hills, your 2nd place finisher tonight in the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber feature. Dustin Longboat, your 3rd place finisher. Dustin, you were on the move late in the race. You also had to come from the back here tonight. Just ran out of laps to get it done.
Yeah, it was real tough. I think maybe 1 more lap I could have had Julian, but she ran a good line and was hard to get by, but at least I'm up on the podium tonight.
Good 3rd place finish. Anybody you'd like to thank for this podium finish here tonight?
I'd like to thank Cool Kids Ice and Water and Gales Auto Aftermarket.
Dustin Longboat, your 3rd place finisher tonight in the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber feature. We'll turn things back upstairs to Greg Kalman.